Hi, I'm Derek. This is my first vlog, and I'm going to be talking about how technology has affected communication in like the last decade, last 2 decades. There's been a lot of good and negative side effects of the increasing amount of technology we have in our society. Um, a lot of people are on each side of the argument. There's negative effects and then there's positive effects. Some negative effects are, it's decreasing face-to-face communication, which is affecting how we communicate when we have to communicate in person. Um, it's also known to reduce attention span. The average attention span today is 6 to 8 seconds, which is that less than that of a goldfish, which is pretty crazy, and a lot of people can attribute it to the amount of time we spend on social media sites and other technology boom websites. Um, so I don't like this is a problem, and I agree this is a problem, but I also don't think that it's only negative that we have this technology. There's a lot of great things that come with it. Uh, Easily communicate with people that we cannot communicate with daily. Organizing events that necessarily wouldn't be possible if there wasn't such thing as asynchronous communication, which is us communicating with people at different times and then communicating with us. So face-to-face communication, we're verbally communicating back to back in real time. Person's responding or acknowledging us, or responding or acknowledging them. Then when it comes to like websites and like other internet stuff that we can do, we can speak asynchronously, and this means we can send them a message. They can look at it hours, days later, then respond to us whenever it's convenient for them. And this kind of technology makes it easier to organize events online and create these things that never would have been possible before, such as the revolution in Egypt was just ruled by Twitter because everybody was getting together on this social networking site, which probably wouldn't have been possible without Twitter. And it's just amazing stuff. But there's both sides. There's two sides to the argument, and I definitely agree with both. I don't know which way I lean yet. I'm still doing a lot of research on this. Actually, on the support for the negative side, there's the whole Google Glass phenomenon that's happening, and I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's essentially these just eyeglasses that you can wear on your head. It has a camera on it, and it pretty much works as a mobile device, such as a smartphone or a very small tablet, and you can like read your email, read messages, talk to people, surf the web. There's a lot of stuff, and record video, which is one of the biggest problems people have with it, because you can record video without people around you knowing that you're recording video. Anyways, this is still in the beta phase where only select people have it, but enough people have it that it's becoming more known, and you might have seen someone wearing it in bigger cities, not really in Pullman or other small cities, but if you walk out in big cities like go to Seattle, you might see one person out on your daily commute wearing it. Well, Google has released this statement as of yesterday on tips how to use Google Glass, because they're noticing in their findings of all the data, because like beta participants send all their data to Google as part of the beta process, and Google is analyzing all this data, and they're realizing that a lot of people are using their Google Glass really often and frequent and avoiding face-to-face communication, and Google released a statement yesterday trying to deter people away from this, because that's not the purpose of Glass. The purpose of Glass is to read something really short or quickly look at your message and then get on with your daily life. When people are reading novels on this or going out on dates and not taking the Google Glass off, and it's kind of ruining this face-to-face communication. So Google released all these tips to, like, when you're out, talk to people about your Google Glass. Don't just like push them off and be rude to them. Take off your Google Glass when you're doing something important. And this is a problem that a lot of people are having, and it kind of shows where we've gone with technology and how heavily we rely on it. And once we get our hands on it, we don't want to let it go. And I think that's the problem we need to work on, is we need to work on when it's okay and not okay to use this technology, and there's a time and place. And so I think what it comes down to, in my opinion, is, this is a great technology and we should definitely be using it. And I think everyone who's capable of using it should use it, and it would definitely expand their knowledge of the world, in my opinion. But we should limit our use on it. We shouldn't spend all day in front of a computer, or if Google Glass becomes a bigger thing, we shouldn't always be wearing our Google Glass around everyone and not even paying attention to people around us. And I think that's just what it comes down to.